Ah, the invalid, back from London. No, could I have a small tin of peaches while I still remember, please?
Yes, I just landed this afternoon, still got sand on the soles of my feet.
Oh, yeah, full recovery, no complications, etc., etc.
No, you know, Ken, honestly, God's honour, I woke up this morning to the sound of the sea. I was glad I was feeling better, but I wasn't looking forward to coming back. But here I am, not 2 hours off the train, up to my armpits in tittle-tattle, and I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Oh, yeah. Any really spectacular tittle-tattle?
Well, I've heard on the tom-toms you've got yourself a girlfriend.
Yeah, well, the jungle telegraph round here could teach the post office a thing or two, couldn't it?
Yes, if you want some at broadcast, just swear them to silence.
What they lack in precision, they gain by speed.
My love, did you find my string bag? You know, the one that I used for my vegetables.
You was that busy gossiping.
Ah, yes, well, I've got such a lot to tell you. Sorry for pushing into
All right, Betty, I've done my shopping.
Entertaining tonight, are you?
No. For your information, I shall be dining in solitary state.
Oh. Ah, hope that's not all off.
Well, have you never been introduced to the lady in question?
She works at the bakery, you know. She's a bit on the same lines as Val. Come to think of it, I've not seen her for a couple of days. Didn't he mention anything to you about her?
I didn't press him.
Oh, probably a raw spot. You know, pangs of unrequited love and all that.
Well, I did sort of touch on the subject in my heavy-handed way. I don't think he was very tickled, though.
Oh, folks talking about a girl who's giving you the go-by, you know, it can be very upsetting.
Oh, why? You mean, hearing the name of your beloved bandied about, like?
Yeah, something like that.
Honestly, talk about spiders.
Spiders?
Yes, they weave webs out of thin air, and they're not the only ones. You'll have the poor lad, blighted beloved, because she's what, forgot his phone number or something? And here's Miss Nugent, as never was. She'll tell you about the path of true love. Very bumpy ride, isn't it, Miss Nugent?
Nice to see you back, Irma. And in such good spirits, too.
Oh, I wasn't taking the mickey. Honestly, I wasn't.
I'll have a packet of small envelopes, please. The fact that Ernest's work has taken him abroad so soon after our engagement has been treasure in heaven to the walking gossip columns that seem to abound in this neighbourhood.
Well, I never opened my mouth.
She talks without moving her lips, you know.
Indeed.
Well, any road passing from one red-hot topic to another, what's this here about Lucille swelling the ranks of the unemployed?
The lamentable truth, I'm afraid.
Diabolical, isn't it? Honest. I bet she's dead depressed, you know, not being able to get herself a start.
She's bearing up.
I mean, job chasing's not exactly guaranteed to make you feel the greatest thing on God's earth, is it?
Yes, well, heaven knows I realise that, but still.
Hey, don't tell me how little Lucille's one of them that likes being idle.
Oh, I try to be tolerant and understanding, but quite honestly, I'm running out of patience.
Sounds like the civil service running out of tea.
Well, during the first week or so she was out of work, Lucille did at least put on a show. But now, especially with Mrs. Walker away, she doesn't even bother going through the motions.
Oh, hello, Miss Nugent.
Hello, Jerry.
Time do they knock off?
That's the office staff, finish at 5, but the warehouse manager should still be available.
Oh, does he take on blokes?
Yes, storemen.
See if he wants any, then.
He's not been back then.
Where's that then?
Your ex-partner in crime.
Jerry Booth?
Well, don't tell me there's others.
What others?
Old mates on the uppers who still think they've got shares in this firm.
At this moment in time, Jerry Booth has got shares in nothing, mate. So let's cut the sarcasm, mate.
Just remarked he hasn't been back.
Of course he hasn't been flaming back. He's not the kind of fellow who needs telling twice, is he? You know, when you drop a gentle hint, it's like a factory chimney being demolished. What the hell do you want? Have we run out of paint or something?
Run out? The rate he slaps it on, it's been known to congeal on the brush.
The smell gets on my sinus.
Oh, use that flaming brush as if you mean it.
Painters' colleagues a nasty complaint, isn't it?
As for you, mate, I would have thought you'd have had a bit of sympathy for a fella craftsman who can't get a bend.
Listen, I've got plenty of sympathy for him, mate. I just draw the line...
Sympathy? You're about as cack-handed with sympathy as he is with that 3-incher.
I just draw the line at letting him push me off the scaffold.
Scaffold?
Yes, mate, a 2-plank scaffold, Fairclough and Langton, with just enough room for the two of us.
All right, mate. You've made your point. You don't have to pong it now. You don't want Jerry Booth on the strength. I mean, I've accepted as final. Jerry Booth has accepted that as final. Why is it bugging you?
Because you, Leonard, have got the needle. Every loot you've given me in the last day or two has been loaded with silent protest, and all I want you to do is to admit that what I said, and the way I said it, it may have been hard, but it was realistic.
I don't know about being realistic, mate. But I'll give you the God's honest truth. If it was left to me, I'd give that fella a start.
So, I'm a flint-hearted so-and-so.
No, you're nothing of the kind. You're just a frightened young fella. One among millions. I had to do the flint-eyed bit.
I just thought that we'd have a bit of a job finding enough work to keep 3 tradesmen going.
You said give Jerry the knockback. That's exactly what he's got. So, Jerry's gone, you're safe, and I'm thirsty.
Safe? What's that supposed to mean? What does that mean, safe? Where do you think you're going?
Oh, Faircloth's going, isn't he?
That's as maybe, Stanley, but you have got 2 masters. And another thing.
What?
It has been known to douse these things in a stuff called turpentine before hurrying homeward to stuff your gizzard with Lancashire hot pot. So, put the lid back on that paint pot. And remember, Stanley, as the poet said, we live in perilous times.
Yeah, and I reckon you think I'll trip over my words.
Tripping over your dandelions was more what I had in mind.
Well, you're more likely to trip over your feet. Look, I am very eloquent on my own subject.
Oh, I know that. I've heard you being eloquent about willow herbs and dock leaves and groundsel.
Yeah, you think I can't hold the floor, don't you? You think I'll dry up?
Not exactly.
No, you think that the sight of an audience will set me stammering and stuttering and searching for words.
Besides, we've got a pretty crowded programme of classes and only limited space.
Look, folks'll flock in to hear me pass on my pearls of horticultural wisdom.
I'm sorry, Albert, but at the moment I can't see my way clear to fixing another class.
Oh, from what I've seen, all your space has been squandered.
Look, if you won't take my word for it, go out there and have a look at the notice board.
You know, your trouble is you don't know a good thing when you're on it.
Well, go on, have a look at the notice board.
By heck, thirst for knowledge takes folks in some funny ways. Don't tell me your lot's in this evening and all.
Asian immigrants? No, Mrs. Sharp. No, I was just having a little look to see if there's anything worth, It's not continental cookery tonight, is it?
Well, that's what it says.
Oh, yeah, I can't see for looking, can I? Well, tea time. Bye, Mrs. Sharples.
Bye.
Oh, hi, Len.
Hello, Squire.
Hello, mate.
Oh, well then.
Where have you been hiding for the last few days?
Oh, bobbing around like here and there, you know.
Are you coming for a jar to celebrate opening time?
No, I'm not struck.
Come on, a swift half won't harm you.
Well, if it's all the same to you, Len, I don't fancy boozing.
It's not a question of boozing. I mean, you can't go swanning off like that without giving us the griff.
Well, I never was a big ale man, you know.
You are going to drink shandies like you used to when you were peddling.
Well,
No arguments, mate. You know how I feel when young fellas don't do as they're told.
I did wonder whether an appeal to her, well, her sense of moral fibre might work.
Good wallop on a BTM would be more to the point.
Sweet Charity has spoken.
Listen, Lucille's had her hard luck, but she can't live off it forever.
Good evening, gentlemen. Trying our ale, guaranteed to get you clear-eyed and make you put a bit of weight back on.
Oh, it's so worrying, isn't it, this attitude of Lucille's, especially with Mrs. Walker being away at her daughter's.
Well, I mean, let her stay idle too long and she'll become what they call work-shy.
You see that as a definite possibility?
Well, I mean, look at her. It's obvious,
Hi, Jerry.
isn't it, that the
Free
rot's
money
setting
tomorrow.
in?
Save me a place at Q.
Lucille?
You're looking for cheap labour for the bar. Forget it. I mean, surely 2 big strapping girls like them's enough.
I was just going to ask for a word with you.
Oh, well, make it snappy, will you? Because I've got a date at the disco at 6:30.
It'll do over tea.
Oh, I'm not stopping in for tea. A lad treated me to a sandwich in town not 10 minutes since, so I'm just going upstairs to get changed.
Well, seeing you're in such a big hurry, I was just going to inquire whether you'd made any progress towards finding a position.
Do you mean have I got a job?
You know very well what I mean.
All right, but what does puzzle me is why you think it's any of you a business.
Betty, I'm sure, will back me
Oh,
up.
she's been making bullets and all, has she?
When I say that this frivolous attitude towards being unemployed, which may have begun simply as a show, seems to be getting a permanent hold on you.
You mean like moaning's got a permanent hold on you?
Don't be so rude.
Nobody's got an hold on me. Horizontal, vertical, permanent, or otherwise. And whilst we're on the subject, can I thank you for the part you played in helping me keep my glorious freedom?
I played?
When you refused to give me a reference. Remember?
Well, there was nought at the warehouse then.
No.
I don't know what to suggest.
Oh, find something.
Are you sticking to your trade?
Do outtime me over it.
Now, I think you're wise there, mate, because work's work, whatever it is.
Look, I've stopped being fussy.
Well, there are bound to be a few odd jobs knocking about. According to the Gazette.
Yeah, there's a few blokes after 'em and all.
You know, porters, car washers, that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
trouble is you have to be quick.
I suppose so.
Oh, hang round, biting me nails. Blooming vacancies filled. I won't have another, but I'll get you one.
I'll give over your supping with me.
Yeah,
then.
come on, I pay me whack.
No, shut up. Put it away. Bet, can we have 2 more, please? Love?
Here, take it.
No, put it away. Yeah, darling, take it out of there. Do us a favour. Don't get out of touch this time. Don't disappear. Just keep in touch.
Hang round scrounging like.
You were never a scrounger, mate.
Oh, winter? Well, I feel like one. Well, I spend my days scrounging work, scrounging digs.
Hey, where are you living?
In a working man's hostel. Oh, working. It's blooming. Good, isn't it?
It's a roof over your head, isn't
Why, what do you think I'm on? Tuppenny rope?
If it was left to me, mate.
Look, you've got no obligations, Len. I mean, I sat myself, didn't I? I packed my box and walked out to where I thought were good prospects. 3 years ago on your road, good health.
I can't do a damn thing about work at the moment. But if digs are a problem...
No, I pay me way out.
No, what I'm saying is, you know, your old billet at our place. The card is in the window.
I don't think you're a ballad like that much.
No, Langton, it's my flaming house, mate.
Bit like cat and dog between him and me.
Give over. He's the kind of fellow who likes to get his 2 penneth in. After that, he just simmers down.
Oh, I don't know.
I shall be insulted if you refuse.
But it'd be awkward.
No more flaming awkward than when you used to park your bike in the passage. By heck, my shins used to suffer.
Oh, yeah. You and that bike could have a right set to every Saturday night.
Well, that's it then. Full board, £3 a week. How does that suit you?
Well, make it 4.
Oh, whatever you can afford.
Not a question of afford, it's a question of what's fair. Talking of fair, you haven't a bottle in there.
No, you save your money till you get a better.
Now, look, I've accepted your offer, so you accept mine, else I'll be upset.
You're twisting me arm.
Right, bottle in here, please, love.
Get me one.
No, if I'm moving in, I'd best go get my gear sorted out.
Just a bottle?
Yeah, for Mr. Fairclough. It is the right money.
Dead on.
Right, I'll see you then.
Hey! In lieu of rent.
Oh,
Rent?
3 in a bed, love. But there is room for you if you say yes.
Yes.
Hello there.
Hello.
I just nipped across.
Oh, I was just passing.
But your class?
It doesn't start for an hour.
Oh, so you found it, have you? By heck, he's been on your trail to some tune.
I missed you.
Right, well, tell me, why are these programmes on wireless so popular? Now, look at your gardener's question in time.
I can't. You've just said it was on the wireless.
That's what you're sort of always doing, isn't it? Making daft, silly jokes. Well, look, hang on a minute. I'll be back in a sec. I haven't finished with you yet.
He's driving me balmy.
That's just his way of winning.
Oh, wears you down to a shadow.
Yeah, but he's still got a long way to go.
Anyway, all I need is a bit of peace and quiet, so put a pint in there. I need something to keep my strength up.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Me and Betty will take a class for you. How about it, Betty? How to be a barmaid in 10 easy lessons.
Why, it's very interesting. There's a lot in beer.
Yeah, but don't tell him or he'll never buy this pint.
Right then. Now then, what were our sayings?
Oh.
So what do you say?
You make it all sound very straightforward.
Well, reduced to simple terms, it's very straightforward. It's just two people who want to enjoy each other's company.
That's your job, isn't it? Making things clear, teaching kids how to think.
Fighting off feelings of desperate inadequacy would be a better description.
You and your big words.
I feel inadequate right now, every syllable.
Can't believe that.
You know, look, I've been hanging about like a schoolboy. I could have been a 15-year-old on his first crush. I've been so tense and excited.
Me too.
Well then.
Oh, it's just also.
What, Charlie?
No, not that.
Adolescent?
No, not that either.
Frivolous?
Oh, that's near.
Self-deluding?
Not quite. Well, does the word matter? We both know what
Well,
it
no, I'm afraid to me it does matter. I can't just take sort of thoughts or intuitions anymore.
You miss her very much, don't you?
My capacity for grief isn't endless.
You said a word. Self-delusion.
No, I'm not deceiving myself.
You're looking for a substitute.
Look, my marriage to Val was not an unqualified success. There were gaps, areas we didn't meet on.
But you expect the same sort of relationship?
No, I don't. No, I don't. You can call this harsh or brutal if you like, but... Well, I regard myself as having been given a second chance.
To do what?
Form new relationships. You and me, for instance, I mean, could never have happened, could it?
I don't know, Ken. I'm confused. I just...
Look, you describe this as being like a couple of kids, didn't you? Well, why not?
It's too deep for paddling.
Now who's being all enigmatic?
Look, I don't want to commit myself. You tell me to. I sense danger.
Kids don't commit themselves. They just want to find out about each other, that's all, and it could be fun.
Like I said, you make it all sound very straightforward.
It is. Just let it happen.
Hello, what's this? Coursing canoodling? That's why the notice on door says do not disturb.
Fair cop.
Yuck. Seems to me if you're in the clique, you can get a room for any sort of nonsense.
I must go. My cookery class. See you after.
Just knock on my door.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Sharp.
You're back then?
I am all safe and sound. Oh dear, I'm coughing well, I know.
I thought some young fella might have run off with you. Quarter of tea.
Why do you reckon I've still got a chance then?
Well, you've lost that peaky look anyhow. You got some colour in your cheeks.
I wish I could have bottled one of the sea breezes and brought it back with me.
Yes, it's a big slog, this shop, isn't it?
It does run you down being on tap all hours. It's the only way we can compete with the supers.
Paying and competing's all very well.
Well, it's what makes the wheels go round and round and round.
Yes, the good constitution's a great blessing. It's something to be guarded first and foremost. Give 'em good health and quick wits, and the pounds and the pence will look after themselves.
Look, all you've got to do is ring up no sale.
It's more than me job's worth.
Oh, look, if me Auntie Annie was here, she'd let me have 10 bob without a murmur.
That's the senior barmaid.
That's straight-laced out pair of corsets.
Well, Miss Nugent, then.
Miss Nugent's got no to do with this, running this pub, and even less to do with running me.
Well, look, I haven't got 10 bob, and I'm not taking it out of the till.
Oh, turn your back, then.
While you pinch it.
I'll put it back tomorrow when I get me dole.
It's not on.
All right, I'll write out a flaming IOU. I mean, I did work in a bookies. I know how to make it legal.
I'll bet you do.
Look, if I wasn't honest, I wouldn't even have asked.
No comment.
I'm not obliged to. Look, all I've got to do is put a piece of paper in there.
Oh, take it for all I care. It's not mine. But don't expect me to cover up for you.
Don't expect anything from a flaming wage slave. Look, 150 pence piece, you witness, that's all I took.
Lucille, what on earth? Put that money back.
Oh, keep your wig on.
This minute, Lucille.
I don't have to ask your permission.
Strictly speaking, I suppose not.
It's just a bit short.
It's bad enough contributing nothing to your keep.
It's not your pocket that's suffering.
This is hardly the place, but being as you talk about pockets, Mrs. Walker's financial resources are not inexhaustible.
Well, they'd be a damn sight better if she gave you an economic rent.
Has Mrs. Walker complained?
She suffers in silence.
Don't talk such nonsense. If anybody in this household is a passenger, it's most certainly not me.
Well, you ought to try it sometime. It's very nice up here on the boat deck. Try.
She'd go in bad ways, is that kid?
Well, I was never one to cast the first stone.
Oh, I think Dave Smith's beat you to that.
Dave Smith wouldn't dirty his hairy fat paws. He gets his thugs to do his evening for him.
Oh, your voice has a wealth of bitterness.
Yeah. Still, you've got to have some sympathy for Lucille.
Yeah, she could be generous and say that she was putting up a bit of a front.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I would say she was genuine.
You think she's content to be idle?
Shows all the signs.
Well, she doesn't deserve any sympathy then.
It depends.
It depends, my foot. I'm saving my sympathy for a fella like Jerry Booth.
So would I, but all the same.
Oh, it's tragic, and to think a lad like that's been made to look like a loafer.
But that's what sets your clockwork ticking, isn't it? I mean, there's him and millions of others like him, been brought up to think that work's the be-all and end-all, and then suddenly there's none for him.
Not a new phenomenon, you know.
Well, of course it's not. It's happening all the time, despite all the promises made by the powers that be.
You've been putting your thinking cap on, haven't you?
Can you blame me? I could very easily be in the same boat. Right, Ray.
Slap a pint of bitter in a glass envelope, darling, and seal it with a loving kiss.
Thought you'd have been at home helping to install the new lodger.
What new lodger?
Jerry Booth.
You're joking.
Swear on the Bible. Hey, what about this pint?
Shove it back in the pump.
Well, then, have some bun bread, mate. Oh. Hey, is that it, then?
Take the case upstairs after. Ta.
Just like old times, isn't it?
Well, except for these. Well, this used to be down at yard, else out on a job. Don't just sitting there idle.
You always did have a good set of tools, didn't you?
Bought most of them when I was serving my time. Tools is a good investment, they told me.
I'll endorse that.
Yeah, I've been better spending my money on comics and fags.
You keep them in good nick, mate. You're going to need them.
Well, they won't go rusty, don't worry. There's no else to do but clean them anyhow. Time hangs heavy.
You were never a clock watcher.
Oh, spend hours now. Sitting still and brooding. I see blokes in the street. You've got a job, I think. You've got a job. I feel like dirt.
All I can say is... It sounds so flaming empty. But don't get discouraged. Keep trying. It's easy enough for me to talk.
Hello there.
Hello.
I've asked Jerry to join the happy band. On the spur of the moment, really. I met him in the street.
Oh, I see. Well, if I'd known, I'd have been here to welcome him.
He's a good kook, is Jerry.
Oh, I get it. He's coming here in exchange for services to be rented.
No, am I eckers like? I can pay for my keep.
Terms have been agreed, then?
On a sort of provisional
Well,
basis.
£4 were
We
mentioned.
can sort that out later.
In case your mate gets worried.
I'm not worried, just curious.
Yeah, well, I don't want nobody accusing me of being scrounger.
Well, it's all up to Len.
Leave it till you're flush, Jerry.
Well, I'll pay in advance.
You don't have to be such a stickler.
No, I'll pay now. It's due.
There's no desperate hurry.
No.
There's
Here
no
you are,
need.
come off it. Here you are, I said. There's 1, 2, 3, and 50, and 10's 60, and 10's 70. 2 5's is 80, and 3 2 86. 2's 88. Well, 2 halves is 89. So it's all I can manage now, but you'll get the rest tomorrow, without fail.